Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Standard 8th History, Chapter number 11, Struggle for Equality. In the progress of modern India, struggle for political freedom was important. The struggle was based on broad philosophy of men's emancipation. Therefore, in the course of the struggle, along with political dependence, there was opposition to things like feudalism, social inequality, economic exploitation. Like freedom, the principle of equality is very important. From that point of view, the contribution of movements built up by various social groups such as farmers, workers, women, Dalits, etc., as well as the stream of socialism giving importance to equality, proves to be significant. Without realizing its contribution, we will not be able to understand the developmental process of modern India. Therefore, let us study some of these movements. The first movement is peasant movement. The Indian farmers had to suffer due to the ill effects of British economic policy. The British government used to protect the landlords and moneylenders. They gave unjust treatment to the farmers. On many occasions, the farmers rose against this injustice. The peasants in Bengal formed their union and revolted against the compulsion of cultivating indigo. The play Neel Darpan, written by Dinabandhu Mitra, brought to the notice of the society the wretched condition of the peasants producing indigo. So as British government, they were forcing to the Indian farmers to grow indigo without their choice. And due to, by the writing of the Dinabandhu in Neel Darpan, a society, the situation of the society and the condition which was facing by the peasants of our country for producing indigo, that had been written by the Dinabandhu as a play in Neel Darpan. In 1875, farmers from Maharashtra rose in revolt against the atrocities of the landlords and moneylenders. The farmers in Uttar Pradesh formed Kisan Sabha in 1918 under the leadership of Baba Ramchandra. The Mopla peasants rose in a great revolt in Kerala, but the British government crushed it down. So as to go against towards the British government, in 1857, farmers from Maharashtra they had arose their voice against the British government, and they had started atrocities of the landlords and moneylenders. Due to which the farmers in Uttar Pradesh they had formed a Kisan Sabha in 1898, and under this leadership of Baba Ramchandra. And due to this, Mopla peasants rose in a great revolt in Kerala, but the British government crushed it down. So as after many different actions was taken by the peasants to fight against the moneylenders and the landlords, but they had failed in it due to British government. Feudalism means a system in which people were given land and protection by people of higher rankers, and also the work and fought for them in return. They are known as feudalism. In 1936, with initiative of Professor N.G. Ranga, the Akhil Bharatiya Kisan Sabha was established. Swami Sahajanand Saraswati was the president of this organization. So in 1936, by the Professor N.G. Ranga, the Akhil Bharatiya Kisan Sabha was established, and the president was Swami Sahajanand Saraswati. And this Sabha presented a declaration of peasants' rights to the Indian National Congress. The session of the Congress was held in the rural part of Faizpur in Maharashtra. Thousands of peasants attended this session. So as by the Indian National Congress, one session was arranged by the Congress, and under this, the rural part of Faizpur, at that place the session was arranged, and many different people from Maharashtra they had attended this session. In 1938, the crops in eastern Khandesh were destroyed due to heavy rains. The condition of the farmers was miserable. In order to get the land revenue waived, Sani Guruji organized meetings and processions at many places. He took up march on the collector office. The peasants participated in large number in the revolutionary period of 1942. So, one more incident which was taken place in 1932, that in eastern Khandesh, The crops due to heavy rain was fault, and due to which the farmers was facing a miserable situation, due to which order was taken out by the land revenue waived due to Sane Guruji's request, and they had marched on towards the collector office. Many different peasants they had participated in large number. It was taken. This revolution was taken in between the period of 1942. A little information about Sane Guruji. Sane Guruji built up unity of the workers. He tried to create strong center of workers union at Dhude, Amalner. He was the president of Mill Workers Union of Amalner. He went on fast unto death to open the doors of Vittal temple at Pandharpur for the Dalits. So as not only for the peasants but also for the workers, mill workers also, Sane Guruji had given their support. Workers' Union. In the latter half of the 19th century, textile mills, railway companies and such industries were started in India. The workers' group had not arose on large scale, but in this period, efforts were made to solve the problems of the workers. Sashipad Banerjee and Narayan Meghaji Lokhande organized the workers at local level. Lokhande's contribution to the working class movement was so valuable that he is described as father of Indian workers' movement. So as under this workers union, here the information is given that in 19th century textile mills, railway companies and such industries were started in our country, in India. So the workers group had not arose on large scale, but due to the efforts were made to solve the problems of the workers, the Sashipad Banerjee and Narayan Meghaji Lokhande, they had organized the workers local union at local level. The Lokhande's contribution for the working class movement was so valuable, due to which he was known as the father of Indian workers movement. Do you know the native place of Narayan Meghaji Lokhande was Kanhesar near Saswad in Pune district? He formed the mill workers union known as Bombay Mill Hands Association. In 1890, the workers union is believed to be the beginning of organized movements in India. He was also the Satyashodhak Samaj founded by Mahatma Phule. Due to his efforts, from 10 June 1890, the workers started getting weekly holiday on Sunday. So this is the work which was done by our leaders for our country people. At the same time, an agitation was launched against the wretched condition of the tea plantation workers in Assam. In 1899, the Great Indian Peninsular GIP railway workers called for a strike for their demands. During the anti-partition movement, workers carried out strikes from time to time in support of Swadeshi. After the First World War, due to industrialization, there was rise of worker class in India, and then as a necessity for nationwide worker union was felt. With the necessity in 1920, All India Trade Union Congress, that is AITUC, ATOC, was established. N.M. Joshi had a major role in the working of ATOC. Lala Lajpat Rai was the president of the first session of ATOC. He told the workers to actively participate in the national movement. So as an agitation was launched against the rigid condition which was faced by the tea planters working in Assam. Strike for their demand, and they had demanded that the workers which are carried out the strikes from time to time in support of Swadeshi, that we have to accept the only India made products, no any foreign made products will be used by the Indians, so that the industrialization in our country will be in a good situation, and the job opportunities will be made available for our country people, due to which, as the necessity for nationwide workers union was felt, due to which in 1920 All India Trade Union was launched by Congress. N.M. Joshi he played a major role in working for ATOC, and also Lala Lajpat Rai he became the president of the first session of ATOC. Under these circumstances, many different workers they had participated in this national movement. Shripad Amrit Dhange, Muzaffar Ahmad, such socialist leaders, by spreading the socialist ideology among the workers, worked to form militant organization. In 1928, the Mumbai Mill Workers Union went on strike for 6 months. Many such strikes were made by the railway workers, jute mill workers, etc. The government was disturbed to see the growing strength of the workers' movement. To suppress this movement, legislation were made. The workers' struggle proved to be supportive to the national movement. So, as by Shripad Amrut Dhange, Muzaffar Ahmad, such socialist leaders, they were spreading the socialist ideologies among the workers, due to which many workers they were joining the sessions which was taken place in 1928. The Mumbai Mill Workers Union went on strike for 6 months, due to which many such strikes were taken place in our in railway workers, jute mill workers, and at a different workers movement. The government was disturbed due to this growing strength of workers, and the workers' struggle proved to be support to the national movement, which has led to get the freedom not only for the country but also for the workers, for having a limited duration and for the wages also. Socialist movement. Many of the young activists in the Indian National Congress felt that the protecting the interests of the people, it is necessary to overthrow the British government similarly. They started realizing that the society should be restructured on the principles of economic and social equality. Though this realization, there was a rise and growth of socialist ideologies. So as socialist movement had been started in our country, many different young activists of Indian National Congress and they had started realizing that the society should be restructured so that the principles of economic and the social equality will be maintained, and the realization to the British government should be made that it is equalities should be maintained between the Indian people and the British people. So the socialist ideologies had been taken a growth at that period. The socialist youths, while they were in prison at Nashik, decided to form the Socialist Party within the Indian National Congress. According to this decision, in 1934, the Congress Socialist Party was formed, which included leaders like Acharya Narendra Dev, Jayaprakash Narayan, Meenu Masani, Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, etc. In Quit India movement of 1942, these young socialists were in the forefront. So these were the persons who had supported for the Congress Socialist Party to be formed in 1934, as the decision was taken by the Indian National Congress, and under this Socialist Party was formed, and these were the main persons who had also taken a part in Quit India movement in 1942. Indians got introduced to Karl Marx and his communism. Lokmanya Tilak had already written an article on Marx in 1881. After First World War, the influence of communism was felt in India. Manevendranath Roy played active role in the international communist movement. In 1925, the Communist Party was formed in India. The work of building militant organizations of workers and peasants was done by the young communists. The British government started felling. They were charged with planning of a conspiracy of overthrow the British rule. They were given different punishments. The trial took place at Meerut and is therefore known as the Meerut conspiracy case. Even after the Meerut trial, the influence of communist workers' movement remained constant. So as under this circumstances, Karl Marx and his communism, Lokmanya Tilak, he had already written an article on the Marx in 1881. As after the First World War, the influence of communism was felt in India, due to which the Manevendranath Roy, he had played an active role in international communist movement, due to which in 1925, Communist Party was formed in India, and under this, as the British government, they had got the news of or the actions which was taken by the Indian people against the British government. They were afraid of it, due to which the Shripad Amrut Dhange, Muzaffar Ahmad, Keshav Nilkant Jogrekar, they were arrested and they were charged for planning of a conspiracy to overthrow the British rule or for going to the against towards the British rule. They had been arrested and the Meerut conspiracy case was formed. That is only known as the Meerut conspiracy because it was taken place in Meerut. Feminist movement. In the Indian social system, women were given secondary position due to many evil practices. They were subjected to injustice, but during the modern period there was an awakening against it. Some of the male reformers took initiative in the reforming movement related to women. In the course of the time, women leaders started coming forward. So as at the feminist movement, feminist means female. So as not only the men's but also our country from the British rule. So as many different practices also had been taken place in the previous time, in the medieval period and in the Stone Age period. We had seen all that time where the kings and queens duration was started, which is in middle history. But after that, in modern period, the women's were also taking part in the with men's in the social movements, or to secure for the independence of our country. Under this, the independent institutions and different organizations, they came forward to establish. Pandita Ramabai established the Arya Mahila Samaj so as to bring women forward. Organization was established by Pandita Ramabai as named as Arya Mahila Samaj, and Sharda Sadan, similarly Seva Sadan, founded by Ranade, are examples of this. Bharat Mahila Parishad 1904 and All India Women's Conference 1927 were founded as well. So as many different organizations for females also had been taken place for Indian freedom movement. Therefore, this institution work reached at the national level for the issues such as right to inheritance, right to vote, etc. Women had to struggle through the medium of these organizations. So from these organizations, the main aim was to give the rights for women also in, or to have a status of women in the social life of the people. Rakhmabai Janardhan Save was the first practicing woman doctor in India. She delivered a series of lectures related to health issues of women. She also opened a branch of Red Cross Society at Rajkot. So this is the work of Rakhmabai Save. She was the first woman doctor in India. During the As in 20th century, the participation of women in public life had been increased, and also the women's participation for national movement also rose. After the Act of 1935, women were included in the provincial ministries as well. After independence, the principle of equality of men and women has been clearly stated in the Constitution of India. So after the independence, according to our constitutional law book, the men and women will be treated equally, due to which the equal status was maintained between men and women in modern India. Dr. Anandibai Joshi, first Indian female doctor. Her son lived a life for only 10 days and then died. This sorrow became responsible for inspiring her to study medicine. She acquired MD degree in 1886. While returning to India, Anandibai contracted tuberculosis. Later on 16 February 1887, she died in Pune. Next is Dalit movement. The Indian social structure was based on inequality. Social reformers like Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Narayan Guru brought about awakening of the people against the unjust treatment given to Dalits in the society. So as Dalit movement was started by Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Narayan Guru to awaken the minds of the people against the Dalit people and to bring the Dalit peoples in normal social life. Following the teachings of Mahatma Phule, Gopal Baba Valankar and Shivram Janba Kamble worked for the eradication of untouchability. In 1888, Gopal Baba Valankar in his book Vitthal Vidhvansan condemned untouchability. Shivram Janba Kamble started the magazine Somavanshiya Mitra. He also took initiative for marriage of Devdasis in Tamil Nadu. Priya Ramaswamy started a movement for eradication of untouchability. So as these are the different actions which was taken to bring the Dalits and the Somavanshi Mitra, like this type of movements were taken place. Different Devdasi marriages and also to bring the to remove the untouchability, different Murlis and Jogtins to be this type of issues should be solved. So this type of actions was taken by some leaders in our country to bring the Dalit or that is only known as Dalit movement, which was taken to bring the untouchable peoples in social life, in normal life, to give a status to them. In 1906, Maharshi Vitthal Ramji Shinde started the depressed classes mission for the progress of Dalits. The important parts of their work was to make the Dalits self-respectful, well educated and engaged in work, while the second part of their work was to destroy the derisive ideas regarding Dalits in the minds of the upper castes. For this purpose, he founded Marathi school work. School is part of Parel dinner in Mumbai. He actively took part in the benefits of Dalit class regarding Satyagraha for entry in Parvati temple at Pune, Shetkari Parishad of Dalits federal electorate, etc. So many different actions was taken place to bring the Dalits in social life and to support the Dalits. Rajeshri Shahu gave support to the leadership of Dr. Baba. He made a law for free and compulsory primary education. He did substantial work for abolition of caste distinction. This was the work of, he tried to remove the caste distinction, and also he tried to give free primary education in Kolhapur to all the small children and other people. There were the three restrictions put up in the caste system: interdining, intermarriage and change of occupation. These were the three caste system through which the distinguish between the people can be removed, or the differences or the discriminations can be removed. In this regards, during meetings and conferences, Shahu Maharaj ate food from the hands of Dalit people and overthrew the restrictions on interdining. So as interdining system was overthrown, the restrictions was overthrown by eating by the hands of Dalits, which was taken by Shahu Maharaj. Shahu Maharaj believed that till the restriction of intermarriage is followed, till then the caste distinction will not be uprooted. So as intercaste marriages, if it will be taken place, then only the caste distinction will be removed. Up to then, it will not be removed properly from the country. He passed the act of intercaste marriage and gave it a legal acceptance in his state. On 22nd February 1918, he abolished the Balutdari system by publishing a declaration of government, Gazette of the State of Kolhapur. Permission was granted to practice any occupation by anyone. By giving freedom of occupation by Shahu Maharaj, the people were freed from a type of social slavery. So as Shahu Maharaj had given many different facilities for the people, as just we had seen, as he had given the grant to practice any occupation by anyone. Did valuable work for social equality in southern India. Mahatma Gandhi took up the issue of eradication of untouchability in his hands and put it up in the platform of Indian National Congress. While at Yerwada prison, he debated with rigid Hindu Pandits, stating that the religious texts of Hindus do not support untouchability. He gave inspiration to Harijan Sevak Sangh by taking inspiration from him. Amrit Lal, Vitthal Das Thakur, Alais Thakur, Bappa, Appa Saheb Patwardhan, etc. These activists dedicatedly worked for equality. So as to maintain the equality in the society, many different leaders they had come forward, and by their ways, by the Hindu Pandits, they had cleared that the concept that no, in any text it is written that there should be done any type of touchability between the people. The struggle of the Dalits began under the leadership of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. He aimed at establishing a society based on principles of liberty, equality and fraternity. So as fraternity means refers to friendship and to support between people who feel they are closely linked to each other. he was convinced that the injustice to the Dalits and inequality would not end unless the caste system was completely uprooted. So, as according to the thinking of Dr. Babasaheb, up to then, when the caste system will not be removed, the inequality will be maintained continuously. So, if they want to maintain equality, what is important? They have to remove the caste system from the country. According to him, social equality was the right of the Dalits. He intended be educated, be organized, and be agitated was the inspirational message given by him to his followers. So this was the message which was given by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar in Hitkarni Sabha, Bahishkrut Hitkarni Sabha. Babasaheb Bole got a bill passed in the Bombay Provisional Assembly for the public water reservoirs to be opened to the untouchables. However, in reality, the water reservoirs were not accessible to the Dalits, and hence Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and his followers started Satyagraha at Chaudhar Lake in Mahad. He also burned in Manusmriti, which advocated inequality. In 1930, he started Satyagraha for the entry of Dalits in the Kalaram temple at Nashik. So these are the different actions which was taken by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. As for the Dalits, as it was not clear that a Satyagraha was taken place at the Chaudhar Lake, because at that Chaudhar Lake, the reservoir is not open for the Dalit and different peoples, untouchable peoples, due to which Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, he started Satyagraha again the Chaudhar Lake in Mahad. This Satyagraha, one picture they had given, Satyagraha at the Chaudhar Lake in Mahad, you can see, which is given on page number 54, which was led by the Karamveer Dadasaheb Gaikwad. So again after that, Kalaram temple, which is in Nashik, it should be also made open for the Dalit people. It was demanded by Karamveer Dadasaheb Gaikwad, and Satyagraha was started under his leadership. Newspaper was an integral part of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's movement. So as whatever the content he wanted to express, he was expressing from the newspapers to create awakening in the society. All these newspapers was taken out by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar to awaken the minds of society against the untouchability and against the Dalit people. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar established the Independent Labour Party. He opposed the laws that went against the interest of the workers. In 1942, he established All India Scheduled Caste Federation to put forth the issues of Dalits in an effective manner. Though the Constitution of India, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar made a significant contribution to the creation of social structure based on equality in modern time. In 1956, along with his innumerable followers, he embraced Buddhism that advocated humanity and equality. So as Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, he had established the Independent Labour Party. Also, he opposed the laws that went against the interest of the workers. Also in 1942, he established All India Scheduled Caste Federation, due to which the issues of the Dalits and in the effective should be put on in an effective manner. Also, through this way, a contribution of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar was made a significant role for creating our constitutional law book, so that in modern time we are having equality between all the people and between all the caste. So in 1956, along with his innumerable followers, he had embraced Buddhism that advocate humanity and equality. He had accepted Buddhism because it creates humanity, or it teaches humanity and equality between the people. So the struggle for equality has prominent position in the making of modern India. So in this way, we had completed the 11th chapter, Struggle for Equality. Look on it. In 1875, in Maharashtra, farmers rose in revolt against the atrocities of the landlords. And In 1881, Lokmanya Tilak, he wrote an article on Karl Marx. Also in 1886, Dr. Anandibai Joshi acquired an MD degree. In 1887, Dr. Anandibai Joshi died of tuberculosis in Pune. In 1888, Gopal Baba Valankar condemned untouchability in his book Vitthal Vidvansan. And in 1890, in 10th June, Bombay Mill Hands Association, a mill workers union, was formed by Narayan Meghaji Lokhande. Different workers started getting weekly holiday on Sunday. And after that, in 1899, the Great Indian Peninsular Railway workers called for a strike to get their demand fulfilled. In 1904, Bharat Mahila Parishad was formed. In 1906, Depressed Classes Mission was started by Maharshi Vitthal Ramji Shinde. In 1908, on 1st July, Shivram Janaba Kamble started the magazine Somavansha Mitra. Kisan Sabha was formed by the farmers of Uttar Pradesh under the leadership of Baba Ramchandra in 1918. On 22nd February, Rajashri Shahu Maharaj abolished the Baludari system by publishing a declaration in the Government Gazette of the State Kolhapur. Babasaheb Ambedkar. In 1925, Communist Party was formed in India. In 1927, All India Women's Conference was formed. In 1928, Mumbai Mill Workers Union went on strike for 6 months. In 1930, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar started a satyagraha for the entry of Dalits in the Kalaram temple at Nashik. In 1934, Congress Socialist Party was formed. In 1936, Akhil Bharatiya Kisan Sabha was formed on the initiative of the N.G. Ranga. In 1938, due to heavy rains, crops was destroyed in the eastern Khandesh. Peasants participated in the large number. In 1942, All India Scheduled Caste Federation was established by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. And in 1956, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, along with his large number of followers, embraced Buddhism, which advocated equality and humanity. All these points we had seen in this chapter. So in this way, we had completed our chapter. Read this chapter once again, complete the exercise. That's all for today. Thank you.